Hello friends, and welcome back to Erin Twibbles Around Aimlessly. I'm Erin, and on this channel I am documenting my husband and I's journey to debt freedom and then also financial independence. And this channel is just a way of us to keep ourselves motivated, holding myself accountable, and kind of sharing what it is that we are doing with other people out there, because some other people may find some inspiration and such out of that. So if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you and all of your support. And if you're new, go ahead and stick around and see what you think. So this is going to be my monthly budget for June, and this is going to be working in my budget spreadsheet. So I do follow the budget mom using a zero-based budget. I have just adapted her worksheets into an Excel spreadsheet. So I'm going to walk through what our estimated income is going to be for the month, as well as any of the expenses, our savings, and our extra debt payments. This is something that I do every month. I aim to try and have it done right around the middle of the month, just because I'm not sure about you guys, but usually when I get to the end of the month, everything starts getting extremely hectic with a lot of things going on. And sometimes the last thing that I'm thinking about is setting up my budget for what is coming up. So I try to get it done and out of the way, because middle of my months just kind of, they have a bit of a lull in them. I'm not sure if that's the same for you. Let me know in the comments below when you prefer to try and have your budget done. So I'm going to start with our income. And when we are planning out our budget, we base it only on guaranteed money. And this is going to be our paychecks or our payees. And so for myself, that is going to be $6,660. It is a normal 4-week month for us. So 2 paychecks for me, I get paid every fortnight, and 4 paychecks for my husband. And so his pay will be $4,440. We do also have some anticipated expenses that are coming out from our sinking funds. So that is going to be $684. Whenever we have a sinking fund expense and I bring that over from the savings account that it's in, I just count that as income, and then that way I can write off that expense to that sinking fund, so it's not coming out of what the actual budget is. So that's going to give us a total of $11,784, and this is what is about typical for us. We have very stable jobs. We have pretty much set paychecks. They do not change. So the next thing that we focus on after our income, these are our fixed bills. So these are the bills that we have to pay. We have a contractual obligation towards them. So we have our final debt in that, other than our mortgage, and that is our personal loan. So that is going to be $1,096. We are paying $1,600 to the mortgage this month. This has gone up slightly because we decided to just round up our weekly payments. They had been $370. We just bumped them up to an even $400. Health insurance, because we do have a new health insurance plan, so we're paying slightly more for this one. It just meets our needs better than the previous private coverage that we had. That is going to be right around $600. We are going to have $240 for our home and contents insurance, $260 for vehicle insurance, $80 for the pool. This is my predominant form of exercise, $50 for my mobile phone, and then $115 for internet and cable. We have $100 budgeted for electricity, but we again did not have an electricity bill last month because we had a credit. And so we'll see what, if anything, we owe this month. Gotta love solar. I do have a radiologist bill that I have for $284, and our water bill should be coming due. That is going to be estimated at $400. So we're looking at a total in fixed bills of $4,825. And so less those $684, this is very much on par. As I said, we don't change much in these first 2 sections of the budget, and you can pretty much count on them looking like this every single month. But it leaves us with $6,959 to work with for our next category. And that next category that we are working with is going to be our variable. expenses. So these are usually our cash or digital envelopes. These are things that we do have control over and we can change each month or even on a week by week basis if we need to, depending on fluctuations in the budget or if we have different things that have come up. So we have $800 this month going towards groceries, $100 towards household supplies. Spend, that is kind of my allowance, so that is going to be $100. $600 for petrol, so for fuel. If you are new here, I live in Australia. Fuel is just ridiculously expensive at around $1.40 a liter. $300 for transport, because again, if they can slap a toll on the road, they will. $300 to feed my boys. Those are my big pups. We are putting $200 towards bulk groceries, so those are usually bulk meats or Costco trips or anything like that. Our miscellaneous fund will get $100. Our eating out for date nights will get $200, $250 for health and personal care, and then $150 for my husband. I do now have an unbudgeted category. Even though I'm not putting any money in here, it's going to allow me to start tracking any unbudgeted expenses that we might have, particularly because we're finding that a lot of different, just like little niggly maintenance costs are starting to pop up a bit more frequently than we would normally anticipate. So total going into our envelopes or into our variable expenses for the month is going to be $3,100. That is going to leave us with $3,859 to distribute. So for that $3,859, where we're going to start first is going with some of our sinking funds. I do have all of my sinking funds list, even though we do not contribute to all of them every fortnight or even every month. But we're going to have $70 going to our emergency fund. We do have our basic $1,000 emergency fund, and so we just continue to throw a little bit of money at it every fortnight. $380 to maintenance. This is a combination account for both vehicle maintenance, which we've been having to use quite a bit lately, and home maintenance. We will be contributing $310 to our vehicle registrations. Again, that's another one of our high costs. $250 going towards our utilities. Our electricity is the only bill that we get on a monthly basis. Our water and our rates we get on a quarterly basis. And we are putting $100 towards camping because we have a weekend camping trip that is going to be coming up in July. $130 in subscriptions. So that is both personal and professional. So total going into our sinking funds, $1,240. And that is going to leave us with $2,619 to distribute between extra debt and extra savings. So if you have been following our journey, then you would know that we have committed to making an extra debt payment, so our debt snowball, so to speak, of $2,100 per month, a minimum, to our extra debt. And that is what we are going to budget in here. That is going to leave us with $519. And this is what we will carry over to our savings. Okay, found a slight error there. I forgot to double up what my husband's allowance was going to be. So he gets $150 per fortnight. That was $300. I just quick changed that. And so then actually what we have left over to work with is going to be $369. I am doing the Budget Mom challenges. I just haven't looked yet at what the June challenges are going to be. So I'm going to leave that blank for now. And then I'm going to put that remaining $369 is going to go into the yet to decide. That just means that I know that money is going to be there. I'm not entirely sure where I am going to put it. And if we hop back over here to our extra debt, that $2,100 that I put in ahead of time, that is going to take us to having absolutely $0 left over. And that is what our zero-based budget is going to be. So I run a zero-based budget paper-wise, but I do not run a zero-based bank account. I always have additional money that is sitting in my account, and that's either for unbudgeted, just, things that kind of come up. If I had something that I forgot, which happens all the time because sometimes I'm just like, what were you thinking, Erin? It happens. So that is what we are looking at for June. Not too much that is going on this month. I do have my husband's birthday. Here in Australia, Father's Day is not in June. It's not until September, which ironically is my birthday month. So he encroaches on my time instead of doubling up in the same month for him. But that is where we are going to be sitting at, still combined between our extra payment and our loan payment, right around $3,200 that is going towards debt. So about 1/3 of our income. We're pretty happy with where we're at there because we are trying to take a more balanced approach to where we're still getting money into savings, that we're starting to also to pay down our mortgage. We've only got about 3 months left for paying off our loan, and it will be taken care of. We've run the numbers. We found out what is optimal and what works best for us. So that is what we are looking at for June. How are you going? Go ahead and drop down in the comments if you have started looking at your June budget, or if you're kind of like me and scratching your head and going, how the heck is it going to be June already? That means we're almost halfway through the month. What are your plans for Father's Day? I know they're particularly for those of you that are in the US, it is basically getting to the start of your summer season. So finally getting out and about. Particularly with some of the restrictions and such easing up. I'd love to hear what you guys have going on. If you made it this far and you enjoy this particular content, do please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. That shows your support for both my channel and for me, and it really does help with overall with the YouTube algorithm, and it helps a bit with my growth. So and if this is something that you're interested in following, as I say, I do these every month. I do a closeout at the end of each month. And so if you want to kind of follow that journey, by all means, feel free to subscribe, and follow along on our journey with us. Otherwise, as always, remember to choose kindness, show gratitude, always keep a positive mindset, and I will see you in the next video.